Chris Smalling and Romelu Lukaku both netted against Bournemouth to boost Manchester United's hopes of finishing second. Smalling tapped in after a fine move involving Herrera and Jesse Lingard to tap in his second goal in 3 games. Callum Wilson thought he should have been given a penalty when we was hauled down by Luke Shaw. But Romelu Lukaku made the points safe when he stylishly clipped over Asmir Begovic after latching onto a perfect through ball from Paul Pogba. Here are 5 talking points. Jose Mourinho framed this contest as a challenge for his fringe players to earn a spot in his team for Saturday's FA Cup semi-final against Spurs this weekend. It looked more like a shop window 11 with several players, including Darmian, Luke Shaw, Anthony Martial and Marouane Fellaini, who look to be on their way this summer. In total there were 7 changes from the side beaten at home by West Brom last Sunday. Paul Pogba was in but maybe this was a slight from his manager intended to jolt him into action. He has been ludicrously maligned for his many hairstyles, as if a 20-something man has no right to embrace fashion. But more legitimately under scrutiny for his inability to reproduce his Juventus form on a regular basis. After all the suggestions this week that he is fighting for a place in Saturday's FA Cup semi-final against Spurs, he needed a big performance here today. It was from his rampaging second-half run and pass that Romelu Lukaku put the game beyond Bournemouth. Early on Pogba frustrated with the odd loose pass, but as United took control he grew into the game. The move, which saw him send 3 players the wrong way before releasing Rashford into the box, deserved a goal in itself. He'll be happy enough with this display. Known to be unhappy at a lack of regular first-team football and was clearly champing at the bit to prove a point. Jose Mourinho argues that Rashford is among the players to have made the most appearances this season. The trouble is, he was counting appearances off the bench, which somewhat cloud the issue. Playing here from the start, Rashford more than justified his starting place. In the Bournemouth box he turned players this way and that. The fluidity of his movement created opportunities aplenty for his United teammates. If the Reds lineup were playing for their FA Cup semi-final places, Rashford has more than earned his. There is no easy way to put this. He looked as though he was carrying a bit of condition here tonight. His shorts definitely looked as though they were XXL. To be fair to him, he did well. Very well. The cynical wags expressed surprise that he made it through to the second half and hadn't been hooked by Jose Mourinho at half-time. But the former Southampton left-back more than earned his right to remain on the pitch. He will never be judged on defeats like this. He should actually be celebrated for all but securing a 3rd season of Premier League football for Bournemouth. He spent the build-up to this match reminded the Cherries faithful, and a few outside the club, where Bournemouth were 10 years ago. With the likes of Southampton, West Brom and Stoke paying the price for taking their top-flight status for granted, Howe warned that nobody at the club should for the dark days in administration, fighting extinction. Those who refuse to believe in the fairy tale will point to the fact that Bournemouth have been helped in the big time by the financial backing. But they have battled to make that backing mean something. Another top-flight campaign is a just reward.